Welcome to S.T.A.L.K.E.R, where today we are going to analyze the top 10 darkest and goriest games of all time. Without any long-ass intro, let's get into it. Number 10. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. We're about to embark on a journey that will shatter the very fabric of your reality. Join me as we delve into the cryptic world of Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. But before we step into the abyss, I invite you to embrace the darkness by hitting that like button and sharing this video with your fellow horror aficionados. Released in 2002 by Silicon Knights and published by Nintendo, Eternal Darkness is a game that dared to defy the conventions of horror gaming. In this twisted tale, you assume the roles of various characters across different time periods, all connected by a sinister force known as the Ancients. Your quest: uncover ancient secrets, confront eldritch horrors, and preserve your sanity. Now, let's immerse ourselves in the gameplay, my friends. Eternal Darkness is a third-person action-adventure game that masterfully melds psychological horror with Lovecraftian influences. The game introduces a unique sanity meter. As your character witnesses more and more of the unspeakable, your sanity deteriorates. This isn't just a gimmick, it's a gameplay mechanic that will make you doubt your own perception of reality. The environments are as haunting as they are diverse, spanning from ancient temples to eerie mansions. Each location is steeped in atmosphere and dripping with dread. The game also challenges your intellect with intricate puzzles that require a sharp mind to unravel. These puzzles serve as a portal into the mysteries that surround the Ancients. The brilliance of Eternal Darkness is its meta-narrative, where it blurs the line between player and character. Prepare to be shocked as the game plays tricks on you, breaking the fourth wall and making you question your own sanity. Number 9. Condemned: Criminal Origins. Released in 2005 by Monolith Productions, Condemned: Criminal Origins is a hauntingly immersive first-person horror experience that takes you on a descent into the darkest recesses of human depravity. In this dark and twisted tale, you step into the worn shoes of Ethan Thomas, an FBI agent on the hunt for a brutal serial killer known as the Matchmaker. As you investigate gruesome crime scenes, you'll begin to question not only the sanity of the killer, but your own. Now let's talk gameplay, my friends. Condemned doesn't hand you an arsenal of high-powered weapons. It forces you to rely on your instincts, forensic tools, and whatever you can find in this nightmarish urban jungle. The game's atmosphere is thick with despair, with dimly lit and decaying environments that send chills down your spine. Abandoned buildings, derelict subway tunnels, and eerie warehouses serve as the backdrop to your harrowing investigation. But what truly sets Condemned apart is its psychological horror. As you delve deeper into the mind of the killer, you'll uncover unsettling truths that will leave you questioning the boundaries of reality. The encounters with deranged enemies are relentless and visceral, often forcing you into brutal hand-to-hand combat. That's as raw as it gets in gaming. The sound design is masterful, weaving a tapestry of fear that will have you questioning every sound you hear. Number 8. The Evil Within. Released in 2014 by Tango Gameworks and published by Bethesda, The Evil Within is a spine-chilling journey into the twisted mind of Shinji Mikami, the father of the survival horror genre. In this nightmarish odyssey, you step into the blood-stained shoes of Detective Sebastian Castellanos, who, along with his partners, finds himself plunged into a world of unrelenting horror after a gruesome massacre at Beacon Mental Hospital. Now let's dive into the gameplay, my friends. The Evil Within is a third-person survival horror masterpiece that doesn't pull any punches. You'll face grotesque monstrosities, solve mind-bending puzzles, and navigate a nightmarish reality where the laws of physics and sanity cease to apply. The world of The Evil Within is a hellscape of torment and tormentors. As you delve deeper into the madness, reality distorts, and the line between dream and nightmare blurs. But what truly sets this game apart is its psychological horror. The narrative is a twisted tapestry of fear, guilt, and existential dread. You'll question not only the world around you but also your own sanity. Your encounters with creatures like the sadistic Keeper and the haunting Laura will keep you on the edge of your seat. The relentless pursuit and the grotesque transformations will leave you breathless. The sound design is a symphony of terror, immersing you in a cacophony of dread and despair. In conclusion, The Evil Within isn't just a game. It's a descent into madness, a journey that will haunt your dreams and leave you questioning the very nature of reality. Number 7. Now, this game was so eerie it got cancelled by some snowflakes. Playable Teaser, aka PT. PT stands for Playable Teaser, and it was no ordinary teaser. Released in 2014, it was a sneak peek into a Silent Hills project, a collaboration between Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. Sadly, the full game was cancelled, leaving us with this horrifying gem. The game starts innocently enough, as you find yourself trapped in a never-ending looping hallway. The atmosphere is palpable, and the tension unbearable. But it's not just about cheap jump scares. PT takes psychological horror to a whole new level. You're stalked by an unseen presence, a malevolent force that toys with your sanity. The attention to detail in PT is astonishing. The environment changes subtly with each loop, revealing more about the disturbing backstory. It's like being trapped in your own personal nightmare, and then there's the mirror. Gazing into it can lead to the most unsettling experiences. I won't spoil it for you, but trust me, it's a moment you won't forget. What makes Pete truly terrifying is the unknown. You never see the entity hunting you, but you feel its presence, your paranoia growing with each step. Some say Pete stands for Playable Teaser, but others believe it's punishment time. And it certainly feels like punishment. Sadly, PT was pulled from the PlayStation Store, making it a rare find today. But for those brave enough to play, it remains one of the most unforgettable experiences in horror gaming history. Number 6. S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Shadow of Chernobyl, released in 2007 by GSC Game World. Shadow of Chernobyl is a chilling testament to the horrors that can arise from mankind's own folly. In this desolate and unforgiving landscape, you take on the role of the Marked One, a mysterious figure with no memory of their past, drawn into the heart of the zone by a single message: kill S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Now, let's dive into the gameplay, my friends. S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Shadow of Chernobyl is a first-person survival horror experience unlike any other. You'll scavenge for supplies, trade with fellow stalkers, and contend with deadly anomalies and mutated monstrosities. The Chernobyl exclusion zone is a hauntingly beautiful but perilous setting, where the lingering radiation and twisted landscapes create an atmosphere dripping with dread. But what truly sets S.T.A.L.K.E.R. apart is its psychological horror. As you delve deeper into the zone, you'll uncover cryptic messages, fragmented memories, and encounter enigmatic figures who blur the line between friend and foe. Your encounters with the zone's mutated inhabitants are harrowing and unpredictable, adding an element of visceral terror to your journey. The sound design is masterful, immersing you in the eerie ambiance of the zone, where every rustling leaf and distant groan is enough to send shivers down your spine. If you're captivated by the relentless mysteries and horrors of S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Shadow of Chernobyl, show your support by hitting that like button and sharing your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't joined our Legion of Darkness Seekers yet, consider subscribing. In conclusion, S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Shadow of Chernobyl isn't just a game, it's a descent into the heart of darkness, a journey that will have you questioning the nature of reality and the price of curiosity. Number 5. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, my personal best. But before we venture into the shadows, released in 2017 by Capcom, Resident Evil 7 Fiend marked a triumphant return to the series' roots while pushing the boundaries of what horror in gaming could achieve. In this terrifying journey, you step into the shoes of Ethan Winters, a man on a harrowing quest to find his missing wife, Mia. This search leads him to the derelict Baker estate, where the line between family and monstrosity blurs. Now let's dive into the gameplay, my friends. Resident Evil 7 1 is a first-person survival horror experience that will keep you on the edge of your seat. You'll scavenge for resources, solve intricate puzzles, and face off against grotesque creatures that defy nature. The Baker estate, with its decaying mansion and surrounding swamplands, oozes atmosphere and dread. Every creaking floorboard and distant moan adds to the sense of impending doom. But what sets Resident Evil 7 Win apart is its psychological horror. The Baker family, led by the imposing and terrifying Jack Baker, will leave you questioning your sanity as you uncover their dark and disturbing secrets. Your encounters with the Baker family are pulse-pounding, to say the least. Jack's relentless pursuit and the family's macabre transformations create some of the most heart-pounding moments in gaming history. The sound design is impeccable, crafting an auditory tapestry of fear that will haunt your dreams long after the credits roll. Number 4. Alien Isolation. Now, let's get started with a little history. Alien Isolation was unleashed upon gamers in 2014, and it wasn't your typical alien shooting space adventure. Oh no, this is survival horror at its finest, and it's dripping with atmosphere. The story revolves around Amanda Ripley, the daughter of the iconic Ellen Ripley. Amanda's on a quest to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. And where does her journey take her? The Sevastopol, a decaying space station in the middle of nowhere, where things have gone horribly wrong. Now, let's talk gameplay, my friends. Prepare to have your nerves shredded. In Alien Isolation, you're not some Rambo with an arsenal of weapons. No, no, no. You're a survivor, and survival means being stealthy, resourceful, and quick-witted. You'll scavenge for resources and craft ingenious devices to outwit the star of the show, the Xenomorph. This ain't your typical baddie. It's cunning, relentless, and one heck of a hunter. There's no killing it with a barrage of bullets. You've got to use your noggin to stay alive. And speaking of staying alive, the atmosphere in Alien Isolation is nothing short of breathtaking. The retro-futuristic look and feel are straight out of the original film, The Nostromo. You'll find yourself creeping through dimly lit corridors, heart-pounding as you try to escape the clutches of the Xenomorph. Ah, the motion tracker, the bane of our existence. It emits that spine-chilling ping when the Xenomorph is near. Trust me, you'll come to dread that sound more than your worst nightmare. The story unfolds through exploration, audio logs, and encounters with other survivors. It's a slow burn, folks, but it's worth every shiver-inducing moment. Here comes the Holy Grails. Number 3. The Outlast. Released in 2013 by Red Barrels, Outlast redefined the survival horror genre, plunging players into the unsettling and grotesque world of the Mount Massive Asylum. In the game, you assume the role of investigative journalist Miles Upshur, who, armed with only his trusty camcorder, ventures into the asylum after receiving a tip about horrifying experiments being conducted within its walls. Now let's delve into the gameplay, my friends. Outlast is a first-person survival horror experience that will have you questioning your very existence. You're unarmed, defenseless, and your only weapon is your ability to document the horrors that unfold. The asylum is a nightmarish labyrinth of darkness and despair, where each corner holds a new terror. Your camcorder's night vision becomes your lifeline as you navigate the pitch-black corridors and witness the gruesome aftermath of the experiments. But what truly sets Outlast apart is its unrelenting psychological horror. The atmosphere is thick with dread, and the grotesque inmates of Mount Massive Asylum will haunt your nightmares. Your encounters with Chris Walker, the hulking and relentless pursuer, are the stuff of horror legend. He embodies the very essence of terror, and your heart will race as you attempt to outwit this monstrous force. The sound design is masterful, orchestrating a symphony of fear that will send shivers down your spine. Number 2. Silent Hill 2. Released in 2001 by Konami, Silent Hill 2 stands as a towering monolith in the world of survival horror. It's a tale of unimaginable psychological torment and existential dread. In the game, you take on the role of James Sunderland, a man who receives a letter from his deceased wife, beckoning him to return to the fog-drenched town of Silent Hill. What follows is a descent into madness, guilt, and a nightmare that blurs the line between reality and the supernatural. Now, let's delve into the gameplay, my friends. Silent Hill 2 isn't about blasting monsters with guns. It's about navigating a grotesque and nightmarish world filled with macabre puzzles and monstrous abominations. The fog-shrouded streets of Silent Hill create an atmosphere so oppressive that you can almost feel it seeping through your screen. It's a town drowning in darkness, where your flashlight becomes your only lifeline. But here's where Silent Hill 2 truly shines: its psychological horror. The game unearths the darkest corners of the human psyche as James confronts his own guilt and sins through twisted and haunting imagery. And then there's Pyramid Head, an iconic, nightmarish antagonist who haunts your every step, representing James's inner demons and guilt. The soundtrack, composed by Akira Yamaoka, is a masterpiece of unsettling melodies that will linger in your mind long after you've turned off the game. And for the drum rolls, number 1, Amnesia: The Dark Descent. But before we dive into the depths of madness, remember to show some love by smashing that like button and sharing this video with your fellow thrill seekers. Amnesia: The Dark Descent is not your run-of-the-mill horror game. No, it's a masterclass in psychological terror. Developed by Frictional Games and released in 2010, this game redefined the horror genre. You step into the shoes of Daniel, a man with amnesia who awakens in the nightmarish halls of Brennenburg Castle. Your quest? Uncover your past while avoiding the unspeakable horrors lurking in the shadows. Now let's talk gameplay, my friends. Amnesia is a first-person survival horror experience that thrives on immersion. There's no Rambo-style hero here. Just you, your wits, and the ever-looming dread. You're plunged into a world of darkness, armed only with your sanity, which erodes with each terrifying encounter. To survive, you must scavenge for light sources, solve fiendish puzzles, and tiptoe past abominations that defy description. But here's the kicker. The game features a sanity mechanic that blurs the lines between reality and nightmare. As your sanity slips away, the world distorts and hallucinations intensify, leaving you questioning your very existence. The atmosphere is so suffocatingly dense that you'll find yourself holding your breath, wondering if the next step could be your last. The sound design is masterful, crafting an auditory symphony of terror that will haunt your dreams. Amnesia doesn't rely on jump scares. It's all about building an oppressive, unnerving ambience that keeps you on edge, your heart pounding with every step. So, my fellow seekers of darkness, I leave you with this question. Are you prepared to venture into the abyss of all these games where your very sanity is at stake? Share your thoughts below, and until our next enigmatic encounter, stay curious, stay vigilant, and stay mysterious. T.H.E. The signing off.